morning, everybody. Actually, good afternoon. I knew I was going to do that.
Good afternoon and good evening.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a Monday. Yeah,
Mhm.
it is such a Monday.
Ugh. We were in the green room and I was telling Purple, guys, I've already Irished up my coffee. It's 5:00 somewhere. I just don't give a shit. A little Di Serono and a little cream. Yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's do this.
That sounds good.
Oh, it is good. Believe me. Oops, I'm
And
dropping
I'm
shit.
actually drinking a second cup of coffee. I never drink a second cup of coffee during the day.
What?
But I need something to wake me up because I've been
Oh
going
my
for 12
God.
hours.
That's a sad state of affairs. If Purple's gone for his second cup, oh, it's Monday, folks. Holy hell. That's no bueno. How are you guys doing out there in the chat? Yeah, it's Monday, guys. Ugh,
yes.
shit. I guess we should say good morning to everybody. Oh my God. So, real quick though, before we do that, I want to bitch about YouTube for a second. I know this is our platform. But YouTube, if you're listening, Google, the Google gods, whatever the hell you are, what the F did you do to moderators? We can't do our job anymore.
And content creators, we can't even post links.
Yeah, even the content creators can't post links. Which you thought, okay, if I can't do it as a moderator, surely, Loki, since I moderate for him, we both do. Surely he can. Nope. That's a negative. So fix it, YouTube, please.
Yes. I know that they're aware of it because plenty of people have been messaging them saying, what the hell?
Right.
But I don't know what they've done. it's like
they've screwed it up.
Yeah.
They need to unscrew it. It's just like, gang, whatever button you pushed, put it back. Did you pop out the entire keys on the keyboard and just forget one? I mean, Jesus Christ, guys. That's me and my coffee, guys. Oh, shit. I could drink coffee all day, but...
It is a little bit concerning that they've just been able to kind of circumvent all of the moderators and all of the content creators.
Yeah.
It's like, what did you do?
Yeah, what did you do? Please, you fucked it up. Please unfuck it. I forget what the line is from Avasarala. Give me a second. Oh, she's talking to Holden. This was in season 4. And she says, don't put your dick in it. It's fucked enough already. It's like, could you unfuck this, please? I'd give you cash money if you could. But no.
Oh, well. But we will keep an eye on it.
Yeah, everybody keep an eye on things, especially our moderator, Darth Haster. Keep an eye on what the deal is because it's unbelievable. And I know you moderate for folks, like Az, and it's just like, what did he have to say about it? He's probably just like, oh,
He's going to keep an eye on it. There was issues yesterday with a lot of streams, so I think everyone's just kind of confused and trying to figure out if there's a way around it.
A way to unfuck it? Yeah, I haven't been able to find anything, but then I'm not the most gifted computer nerd on the planet. So
there is a way around it, but it's kind of long-winded, so it
would take a while.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, I guess I'm done bitching. So, I mean, there's not much else to say until Google unscrews it. It's just like, well, fix it, assholes. I mean, what are we supposed to do? Just watch the chat and mine for trolls? I mean, we do that anyway.
Pretty much.
But
what also I wasn't seeing is comments that are being held showing up. So I'm not sure if they're getting through or whether they're just not entering the chat.
Oh, yeah, with comments being stopped-ish. Yeah, that was happening to me last week. I was trying to post. just in Loki's channel. And I'm just like, I'm just trying to say good morning.
Yes. We had that issue, wasn't it? One of the membership streams where nobody could post anything, or you had to post the message multiple times for it to go through.
Yeah. And it was really strange. Which and another update, guys, on Purple and I are working hard to get, monetized. So as soon as we do, you guys got to push some watch hours. You guys got holiday time coming up. Rewatch the Burlesque show. plug. Burlesque. Coming back to you in 2021. Never fear.
Yes. We've got more on the way.
More coming. So I guess we should, now that I'm done bitching, we'll say good morning to the chat.
Yes.
So good morning, Darth Haster. Thanks for coming in and wrenching for us. Colin P. Smith, good afternoon. Dave G. Sound, what is up, my friend? How are you? Mark the Infinitely Tired. General Isimo Heife. Yeah, he's across the hall. He's not doing anything today. I think he's billing out, but, he's not really working. He's got like a half a day. Who else is hanging out with us?
We've got Telerafe. Happy Monday to you too, love. Broken Entertainment. Dave Bob. Hey, Dave Bob.
Hey, Dave Bob. Oh, yeah, boss man.
Welcome. George Clooney's manly Viking Technicolor nipples.
George Clooney's back. Okay.
Hey, George.
Outstanding.
Let me scroll down, make sure I haven't missed anyone. Derek McManus, welcome, hun. Good evening. And I think we've got everyone.
Captain Spire is here.
Captain Spire, Project Storytime, and Divided by Sight. Hello, sweetheart.
Oh, hi. How are you, Lauren? And Psychodorf 9 is doing his usual. Heading home and listening. Awesome.
Drive safe, love.
Yeah, be careful. Don't over-listen and end up in a ditch. Captain Spire says, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too, Cap.
Merry Christmas. Yep.
V-Star has just rolled in under the wire.
Hey, V-Star. Welcome.
Good to see you, girl. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're okay. Darth Haster says Santa lingerie special. You guys would have to follow me on Twitter. You can see me in my Santa suit. That's my new avatar. That's about as good as it gets. Kiss under the mistletoe.
Which Sammy also has.
Yes.
In the last show that we did.
Yep. I got mistletoe. I got real mistletoe, too. If I go out in one of my trees, it's... So generally, Simo Hefe says, Darth Haster, I look a lot more like Santa than Samantha Joe does. I suppose if you wanted authenticity, I could. Yeah, ... Leave that hanging, Hefe. And Captain Spire says, one of the worst things of the season is the need to accept the gifts of people's not so tasty sugary treats. I get angry how often people try to make baked goods with no dark chocolate. Something to keep in mind. I don't usually use dark chocolate myself. I use semi-sweet.
I like
but it depends on what I'm making.
Mm-hmm.
It depends. I mean, Generalissimo Hefe prefers his chocolate chip cookies to be made with Ghirardelli chocolate, which tends to be a little darker in value. And Dave Bob says, I got all the mistletoe you need, baby. Yes, you do, boss man.
And George Clooney says his special George Clooney collection is now on the shelf at Victoria's Secrets.
Is Victoria's Secret still a thing?
Yeah, I've got a Victoria's Secrets in Birmingham. Yeah.
I understood they were doing poorly and may go out of business, and I'm just like, okay. I haven't worn good Victoria's Secret probably in 30 years. It's George's secret.
And big thank you to Psychodwarf, who just tips us $1. Thank you, sweetheart.
Oh, thank you, Psychodwarf 9, you sweetheart, you. Oh, you're wonderful. Did he say anything, babe?
I will just check my love. Let's have a look.
Okie doke.
When it decides to load. There we go. It's Psychodor says 110, but I ain't scared. Brakes are good and the tires are fair.
Okay. Because I know they got snow, so
Ooh, yeah, I hate driving in snow.
But I'm sure Psychodorf 9 could get himself out of any pinch. Yes. Not a problem. So thank you, sweetheart. We really appreciate it. I guess we should go on and get in with our review, huh?
Yes, absolutely. So we are on episode 6 of the first part of the multiple double season 4 for whatever reason they did that for. Yeah. And it's What Might Have Been.
Yep. Nobody knows why season 4 is split into 2 pieces.
To annoy us, I think.
Uh-huh.
And it did.
Yeah, it annoyed me. I'm like, really? Because I had skipped ahead. I left it running during, I was cleaning and, doing some stuff around the house. I just left it running for noise. And I look up and it was only after a short period of time, at least it felt that way. I could have been in a vortex. I don't know. But I looked up and I was season 5, episode 1. I'm like, God damn, that was a slog. I've been working all day. Are you serious? Sheesh. So, oh my God.
But
Colin, that's a good point.
What's that?
He says, I wonder if they recorded seasons back to back, then decided to show it as one season instead.
Yeah, they could have done, I guess, if they thought they weren't going to get a 5th season. But
yeah.
Still.
But see, this is the thing about coming into it late is, this episode, God, is from, I want to say it's 2016. So it's 4 years old already.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're just now getting to season 6. So they could have been doing season 7.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. I mean, it does make sense that they did season 4 all in one big swath and then just cut it in half for no stupid reason.
Mm-hmm.
But, Darth Haster's got the jitters because of all the coffee. Like, dude, I used to live on coffee and cigarettes. I don't jitter anymore. Oh, and because of the Mando filming 2 seasons back to back. Yeah. I mean, for the Mandalorian, that kind of makes sense. I mean, but these being so old, I say so old, it's only 4 years, but...
Mm-hmm. But still, in TV time, that's,
yeah.
quite a ways back.
Captain Spire wants all the coffee. I will share. It's fine. I have no problem sharing my coffee with you. Like I said, it's Irished up already. A little Di Serrano and cream. I'm good to go. And anyway, Ragnar, there's the usual party going on in Catacat, and he announces that they're going back to Paris.
Yes.
Which gets a yay from the herd of Vikings.
Vikings are going to raiding again.
And he's so happy. But there was this moment right after he makes the announcement, right? And he gives Uba and Fitzuk their arm rings, much to the chagrin of his wife, Aslog, who is going, they're too young. And he's like, no. He says, besides, I remember what happened the last time I left them with you. I was like, ooh, burn.
He's not wrong. And he does say they won't be fighting. They'll just be there to observe. He said they're not too young to watch.
Yeah. That was brilliant. And the mannerisms that the actor used, Travis, he was just so quirky and ha 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 at her. I was just like, oh my God, he can play this so fucking well.
Like he really managed to pull one over on her.
Mm-hmm. Like, haha.
But the boys are excited about it.
The boys seem pretty happy.
Mm-hmm. They're going to go with the dad and their big brother.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Especially Big Brother, because they really look up to Bjorn.
Mm-hmm.
They love their big brother. Hell, I love Bjorn. He's freaking awesome.
Bjorn is pretty awesome.
And Derek McManus has got a point. Fairly young boys probably went on raids to do a lot of the smaller tasks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would make total sense. Because they took women and children with them anytime they went raiding.
Yeah.
I mean, Helga's gone a couple of times. And stayed back to be, whoever she had to nurse back to health.
Yes.
Back in the camp. So
obviously Corin went as well, and that didn't go so well.
No, that didn't go so good. That was kind of shitty. But Ragnar goes to the seer. Yes. Which I thought was a weird scene.
I thought it was a weird scene, and when I rewatched it, I was thinking, did this actually fit in this episode? Because it was just kind of like a really little throwaway scene tacked on.
Yeah. And it felt tacked on.
It felt tacked on, like they'd filmed it after and then kind of edited it in.
Yeah.
But obviously every time he goes a raiding, he goes to the seer to get like a prophecy or to see what the seer thinks is going to happen.
Yeah.
Never gets a straight answer.
And our favorite actor makes an appearance as the seer. So John Kavanagh, gotta love him.
Yes, and Ragnar's actually very specific about what he asks him this time. He wants to know when, or rather how he'll die, and the seer says to him, the blind man sees him, or when the blind man sees him. So whatever that means.
Yeah, I think even Ragnar was just like, what? Okay.
I think he would have been used to it by now, but nope.
Like, all right. Cool.
Thanks, I guess.
Yeah, Derek McManus. Oh, foreshadowing. Yes, indeed. Indeed.
Well, he was right about the last one. Only the dead may enter Paris.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, Ragnar was dead.
Yeah. Then comes bursting out of the coffin like a jack-in-the-box. Yeah.
Oh, scared the hell out of me that episode. Did not see that coming. I mean, a little bit of me did. I was just like, well, what would be the odds if he jumped out of that? Nah, forget it. It's just not gonna. Holy shit!
There he goes.
And like a jack in the box, just like you said, just like bing. Okay. But then we cut back to Wessex.
Yes, again with this episode, there's a lot of cutting back and forth.
Yeah. It's like, why are we going back to Wessex exactly? But it turns out that Egbert wants Alfred to go on pilgrimage.
Mm-hmm.
This little guy on pilgrimage to Rome to see the Pope, if he can. And sends his son Aethelwulf with him, and Aethelwulf is just not having it. He's like, you've got to be kidding.
It's probably one of the dangerous journeys they can go on, and Egbert wants him to take this little boy all the way to Rome.
All the way to Rome. And back.
And back, yes.
I'm like, what? I thought it was kind of a throwaway scene.
Yeah, it was. I'm trying to remember what it builds up to. I think it was more Egbert to show that he's kind of scheming, and it's almost like he's trying to get rid of Ethelwulf and Alfred. If not trying to get them out of the way, then perhaps get them out of harm's way because he's got something else planned. And he's trying to break up the union between, obviously, Quinfrith and Ethelwulf.
Yeah.
And Judith obviously stays behind with him.
Yeah. And Judith is actually really broken up that Alfred is going to go on this quest.
Yeah. Didn't care about Ethelwulf, but Alfred, yes.
Yeah, Alfred, she gives two shits. Why didn't you take the other son? Because I don't give a shit about him. The Aethelred. I'm just like I call him Aethel shit because later in Last Kingdom he turns into a real shithead. But that's neither here nor there. We'll get to the Last Kingdom eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was kind of a throwaway scene.
Yeah,
it was really strange.
There was a few of them in this episode, just like little kind of tacked on scenes to kind of just push the plot forward a little bit, but they all felt a little bit out of place.
At least for Wessex.
Mm-hmm.
So, because we're starting to see a plan unfold on behalf of King Egbert. He's always up to something. He's always got an ulterior motive. So it's like, okay. Colin has a point. Rise and Shine. I believe he stayed there for some time too. Yeah, I think so. That's what I remember reading. I mean, they kind of talk about it in the beginning of The Last Kingdom. Briefly. But let's see. Captain Spire. So tell me, have these seasons prompted either of you to research real Viking history and see how much they use in making the show? Yes.
Yep, I have. They
very
use
much so.
A lot of the kind of parts of history, but names and times have been changed to kind of, obviously, because it's fiction.
Yeah.
But a lot of the actual kind of timeline is correct, especially things to do with the Viking raids.
Yes. One that sticks out is Rollo. Because Rollo did exist, but not at this time, and he wasn't the brother of Ragnar Lothbrok. But, and Colin is our resident historian, Colin P. Smith. So I know Rollo did exist. It's just later, and he was a duke in France. I don't know that he was a former Viking. I don't know how they worked that into the series, but yes, it has prompted us to go back and look at Viking lore and Viking history and reading the sagas, which has been great.
And obviously the problem with Viking history is they didn't write any of their history down. It's all kind of secondhand.
Yeah, it's all secondhand news.
Yeah.
Yeah. The verbal stories, kind of like the American Indians, but at least they wrote stuff down. Oh, he became Duke of the place we now call Normandy. That's right. Brain fart. Okay.
So that's pretty much where we leave Wessex for this episode, and then we jump straight into Paris.
Yeah, and I had to do with a 180. I'm like, wait, now we're in Paris? Okay, all right. And Charles is begging Rollo not to return to Ragnar, and I didn't see why Rollo would. I mean, you could see the little bit of temptation in his eyes, but he swears on a stack of Bibles, that he won't betray the emperor or his wife.
And to be honest, he's got everything he needs now. At least in his own mind, he's almost as great, if not greater than Ragnar, because he's always in competition with his brother. But he is now the Duke. He has the wife. He has the money. He has the power.
And he's right. He's basically equal with his brother at this point. And Psychodwarf 9 just tipped us $2. Thank you, Psychodwarf 9. We appreciate it. Thank you. Did he leave us a message?
Let me have a look.
Okay.
He did. Thank you, Psychodwarf 9. He says, by the way, Happy Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Yule, you too.
Yeah, today is actually Yule. So
it is, yeah. It's the winter solstice.
So, Skål.
Skål.
All you dirty savages. I love you guys. And Generalissimo Hefe has a comment here. He says, I think Rollo was the great, 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 great grandfather of William the Conqueror. Huh. Need to research that, Havey. I'm not sure. Good grief. But anyway, Rollo swears on a stack of Bibles he's not going to betray.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to follow through with the plan that he and Odo had come up with, essentially.
Yes.
And Odo reveals to Teresa that he's going to have Charles killed and overthrow and become emperor. And at the same time, he's lashing at her. And I'm like, oh, here we go with the S&M scenes again.
There we go again. Yes.
Marvelous.
Odo's got high ambitions.
Yeah.
Much more so than you think when you first meet him. You think he's, he just does his duty and that's it. But no, Odo's out for himself as well.
Yeah. It's like, I've got my own ambitions and I'm going to overthrow you and become emperor. It's like, okay. He's shady. Of course, I thought he was shady from the beginning, from the get-go. I'm like, yeah, he's into some weird shit. I'm not here to kink shame. But, but still, I'm like, okay, what's Teresa's issue? How come she wants to get so close to him? Aha, there's always a motive. So, and that comes later, guys. But back we go to Catacat. The warriors have all bugged out. Everybody's left. They're all on their quest.
Yes, and I love that scene where you see all the boats just...
Wasn't that beautiful?
Setting sail. That is awesome.
That was so breathtaking. I'm like, God damn, that fjord is just full. I'm like, shit, I didn't think that fjord was that big. Turns out
it is, yeah. So I'm guessing
it was a beautiful shot.
Their new allies, all their army turned up.
Yeah, it looks like it did. All of King Harold's people and
Halfdan, yeah, his brother.
I love those two. They are funny as hell.
Oh, they are, aren't they? They're so.
I'm like
so daft. The pair of them.
Yeah, they're just goofy, but they're real, honest to God warriors. I mean, they are tough as shit. But yeah, they are funny to watch. I just get a giggle.
But still kind of sneaky as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know King Harold is sneaky as fuck.
Especially since they keep trying to kind of sway Floki away from Ragnar now.
Yeah.
Since they found out what had happened.
And Floki goes along with it. He just wants to be loved.
Yeah.
And you know he misses Ragnar. But there's so much that has gone on between them that, you know, he'd really rather not. So yeah, that made me a little sad. Honestly.
It did. Yeah, it is. Because I always loved the relationship between the two characters.
Me too. But guess who's back, kids? Guess who's back? Back again. It's Harbard. Harbard has returned.
Good old Harbard.
Yep. And he's just standing in the doorway of the longhouse, just like, hey, all right, looking at you, Oslog.
And Oslog's, oh, hey.
Hello. You know, and I'm like, oh, here we go again. And he manages to return right as Ragnar is gone again.
Pretty much, yeah, as soon as they cleared the fjord, there's Harbard.
Yeah, it's like, there he is. It's like, oh, okay.
He's just waiting around the corner for them to leave or something. Hell.
Right? I got nothing. He was like hiding in the bushes, you know. Okay, they're gonna bug out eventually. But yeah. That's all we get of him. It's kind of near the end of the episode.
It is, yeah. It's just like the one of the last shots we see. It's just him framed in the doorway, and Aslog like, huh, he's back.
Look at that. Okay.
But
I'm trying to look up to see who plays Harbard. Kevin Durand plays Harbard. Yeah, and he was on Stargate SG-1. I recognized him from the get-go. I'm like, he was a Goa'uld. I can't remember which Goa'uld he played. God damn it. But he was pretty cool. He did a great job playing the Wanderer, or Harvard.
He did.
As the case may be. But yeah, he shows back up, and stuff is going to ensue.
Yes, chaos usually follows when he turns up. So
yeah,
one to keep an eye on.
Yeah, definitely. Meanwhile, everybody arrives in France. They set up camp.
Yes. Some of the ships actually got blown off course, didn't they? Because they were sailing
there was
through
a storm.
So they got kind of separated. So I think Ragnar and Harold and somebody else, their ships arrived first, and they set up camp while they're waiting for the rest of the fleet to arrive.
The rest of the fleet to show up. Yeah, it's like, man, they just split it right down the center. It's like, okay. We'll just wait for everybody else to show up. Tra-la-la-la-la. We'll set up camp. And Ragnar's, of course, pestering Lagertha. Or Lagertha. Sorry, I always put an R in there when I shouldn't. Lagertha. There you go, Sam. You've got it now. Anyway, he's talking to her like they're still married. Kinda. Because she's supposed to be pregnant.
Yes.
Which I never bought.
No, I didn't either, because I think because of way back when she was talking to the seer, she was very adamant about, am I going to get to have more children? And the way she was talking, she really wanted more children. So I don't think if she were pregnant, she would be putting an unborn child at risk going into battle.
Exactly. I mean, she'd done it before with when she was still married to Ragnar, and she lost that baby.
Yeah.
So, but the seer even told her, no, you will not bear any more children. There are no more children in your future. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, then this doesn't make sense why they put it in here. But I think it was just something to lure Earl Calf.
Yeah. Because that's what he wanted. Yeah. It was something to kind of get him to lower his guard.
Yeah. And do what he did, which was propose marriage. And that didn't go so well.
No, not so much. But
that was our last episode.
But yeah, Ragnar's pestering her about it, and Lagertha just pretty much blows him off and says, I'm not your wife anymore. It's none of your business.
Yeah. And go away. Oh, God. I forgot about the French prisoners. Oh, shit. That scene. I think I blocked it. Because they had taken... When they arrived, they found kind of a spy party of Franken warriors. And ones they didn't kill, they took hostage, which is, I thought, was really weird for a Viking to do. Usually they just slaughter everybody and they're done with it.
Yeah.
But Harold and his brother take the French prisoners to one of the light towers and burn them alive.
Yeah.
And I was like...
That was a really weird scene.
And Floki even joins in.
Yeah, and Floki joins in. And there was that one poor guy that they tie to a board and just kind of push him out to sea.
Oh, that freaked me out. I'm like, nope. Can't swim. Nope.
You just see this poor guy just floating out into the ocean, and he finally actually crosses paths with the ships that are turning up.
They're slowly popping over the horizon, and he's just like, oh, shit.
You can still hear this poor guy screaming, but his voice is completely gone. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, but Bjorn is, of course, watching this whole thing, and he's just like, oh.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You can tell he doesn't like his new allies at all. He's very skeptical about what they want.
Exactly. And he has good reason to be. I mean, the way their story flows with, was it Halfdan? right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the brother, yeah. And Harold. Halfdan always looks like a belter to me. So I call him Belter Brother. It's like at some point all he's missing is he's missing the hat.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Miller's hat. I'm like, yeah, you're pretty much a belter, dude.
Pretty much, yeah.
I know, I'm cross-pollinating shows here, guys. That's for Wednesday. But yeah, our Bjorn does not look pleased with the way that's all going down. But they burned down that watchtower, or that signal tower, for whatever reason. I mean, it's too late. You can already see the fire going up the mountain.
Yes, because as soon as they arrive, they see the beacons are already lit. So yeah. Having 50 Viking ships turn up isn't exactly subtle.
No.
So the element of surprise was not with them this time.
No. It was not a big shocker. It's just like, oh, look, an entire fleet. Okay. Make the Spanish Armada look like it's teeny tiny, But
yeah, pretty much as soon as the rest of the ships arrived, they set sail upriver back towards Paris, as they did before.
And there's no sign of Rollo.
Mm-mm.
Which, gotta wonder about that, because I think Bjorn and Ragnar are purposefully looking for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're looking for raiding parties. They're looking for, an ambush, and there's nothing. So alarm bells are ringing at this point. They're getting closer and closer to Paris, and they still haven't had any issues.
Yep.
And Ragnar's still on the medicine.
Yeah, medicine. Yeah.
He's still tripping.
He's still tripping balls. But he does have a nice hallucination, though, while they're sailing up, and it's back to his days when he was just a simple farmer.
Yes. What do you think that hallucination was for? Do you think it's what could have been, or what he wishes his life was, had it turned out the way it did?
I think so. Had he not, been in these wrong places at the right time. Broken entertainment. Did he bring his winter snake? No. No winter snakes.
No winter snakes. No, they're back at his man cabin.
Yep. His cabin in the woods. But yeah, more of that medicine. I think he wanted to go back. And he missed that life as a simple farmer, because he would still have Lagertha. He would still have Gita.
Yeah.
And his life would have been a lot quieter.
Yeah. Yeah, he did have kind of a wishful look on his face while he was tripping.
Yeah. But he did get a hallucination of Athelstan there at the farm with him. And I think that was showing Ragnar's heart, that he really missed Athelstan.
Yes.
Because he loved him like a brother. I thought it was a great scene.
I thought it was good as well. And the symbolism with the white horse as well. Yeah.
It was beautiful. It was very well shot. So to the cinematographer and director for that scene, thank you very much. It was beautiful. It was moving. That's one of the scenes I remembered the most.
And I know it sounds weird, but it was really nice to see the children actors again, even just for that. It
kind of was. Yeah. Little Bjorn.
Teeny Bjorn.
He's teeny but fierce. Little shit. God, I loved him. But as they get closer to Paris, what do we see? Rollo up on a hill. Watching all the Viking ships go up the Seine. And I'm like, oh, here we go. And that's where we fade to black. And off we go to the following week's episode. And it brings us to our next episode, which is called The Prophet and the Loss.
Yes. A very apt title.
Mm-hmm.
And this one pretty much picks up as right where the last one leaves off with Ragnar. They're still sailing up river. They're trying to decide whether to attack from the boats or whether to land the boats. And they're getting closer and closer to these two towers on either side of the river. And clearly they think nothing of it.
Yeah, they think it's probably just an overlook or an outlook. I can't English today, guys. I'm sorry. I clearly need more coffee. They just think they're just watchtowers and they're armed, with crossbows and whatnot, just, to kill as many Vikings as they can before they get, so they can evacuate Paris, essentially. That's what I thought at first. And I'm like, no, remember, Rollo was going over this plan with Odo and the chain.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, crap.
No. Fortunately or unfortunately, whichever way you look at it, not everyone stays on the boats. I think Lagertha takes her forces and they attack from the land. So there is a split attack.
Yes.
Because obviously that's worked well for them in the past. They divide and, get them from two different sides.
Right. I didn't realize that it was going to be, Lagertha that led the land, until she said, no, I will take it. And Ragnar kind of looks at her like, are you sure?
I think at this point he knows not to argue, though.
Yeah. And he didn't say anything. And I'm like, good man. Bravo.
There you
go. Don't mess with her. She will cut you.
But yeah.
But Rollo notices Lagertha. Lagertha. And I'm like, uh-oh. Shit. And they didn't realize it was marshy kind of land. And they get stuck. Some of the guys get stuck.
Bogged down. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Bog. I couldn't think of the word. It's like, geez, I've watched enough about bogs lately. Don't ask me why, guys.
Time team?
Time team!
That would be the case.
I watch Time Team every night. I've got like 20 years of this crap to watch. Watching them dig up shit. And some of it's Viking.
Oh, yeah.
Which is pretty awesome. I've caught a couple of the episodes where it's just Viking and I'm just sitting there like, yes! This is so cool. But the crossbowmen advance from these towers. And you see Rollo plan for it. He knows exactly what they're going to do.
Yes. Rollo's plan pretty much goes off without a hitch. Everything from the chain that capsizes the lead boats and then causes like a bottleneck. So the ships behind, they haven't got enough space to turn to avoid. So they're just hitting each other.
Yeah. Oh, God. And that was shot so well, too.
And the warriors then can't get off the boats because of the crossbowmen firing on them. So they're pretty much sitting ducks at this point.
Oh, yeah. And anybody who has fallen out of the capsized boat, the only thing they can do is try to swim to shore where they're going to get killed anyway.
Yes.
I mean, in the end, how many boats capsized? Like 5 or 6?
Yeah.
Before they managed to back up the fleet?
Before they realized what had gone on and actually managed to start to turn the boats.
Yeah, and that first boat was King Harold.
Yeah.
And his brother. And Floki.
Yes, Floki
was on that boat.
Doesn't know how to swim.
Nope, because he goes down for the 3rd time. And there's a shot of, good morning, Loki. How are you, sweetie?
Good morning, boss. Well, good afternoon, rather.
Good afternoon, boss. Yeah. There's a shot of Ragnar watching Floki. And for a split second, I thought he's going to go save him. He has to go. Oh, shit, he's not going to go save him. He's still that pissed at Floki. And nope. Cut to black. Next scene is him pulling Floki along with him in the water. He dove in after him. And the look on Floki's face when he gets him up into the boat is one of like, wow, what? You just did that? I thought you hated me kind of looks.
Yes.
Again, well shot.
Yes, it was. And the music as well throughout this is really good. You know, it just kind of swells as the chaos ensues.
Yeah. Brain fart. God, I hate it when my brains do this.
Pretty much that's they are defeated at this point. Lagertha's ground attack is completely, you know, scuppered, so her remaining forces have to retreat. The boats they have to start to kind of turn as much as they can to get retreating from there, and all the while they're under a constant fire from the crossbows.
Yes, and those crossbows are bad. Excuse me.
And as they're retreating, Ragnar actually sees Rollo and just screams at him, saying that, you know, he saved his life when everybody wanted him dead, and this is how you repay me, basically.
Yeah, it's like, thank you for this.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna pay.
Oh yes.
So that doesn't go well, and it was again this battle scene was extremely well shot.
Mm-hmm.
I know most of it's CGI, guys. I'm not that far gone, but it looked incredible on the screen. It really did. So thumbs up again for the cinematographer and the director and editor for doing some great work. We're going to go back to Keteket real quick.
Mm-hmm. And
Sigurd, snake in the eye, is not a happy little man because Harbard has shown up.
Sigurd's, this is kind of the first time we're really getting his scenes with him. He's always been there kind of in the background.
Yes.
And he's a weird little fella.
Yeah, he's a little, well, it's like the last two were weird as fuck.
Yeah, he's not quite as strange as that little gremlin Ivar, but still.
Okay, that kid freaks me out. It's worse than the Ring. You know, I'm like, that little, oh, he's creepy. Because even, go ahead, babe.
I was just gonna say, no, you're absolutely right. He's such a weird little kid. But Sigurd, he obviously, you can see he doesn't like Harbard. He doesn't trust him. He doesn't want to go near him. I think he remembers him from before when he used to spend so much time with Ivar, and he's not happy.
No, and he's just kind of lurking in the background.
And he's bored as well because his brothers aren't there to play with.
Oh, yeah, and he even says that to his mother, who's just kind of like, well, just take your brother's daughter Siggy and go out and play. And I'm like, this poor little thing is just, you know, banished to the shadows. Nobody's paying attention to her. Even Sigurd says to her, "You're so filthy. Don't you wash?" And I'm just like,
that's a bit harsh.
That's mean,
nobody washes.
Okay. Let's say, do any of y'all? I mean, I know that, you know, King Egbert's crazy about it since he's got his own bathhouse, but still.
Yeah. He's about the only one that does, I think. But yeah, I thought that was a little bit mean.
Yeah, that was a little bit mean. But meanwhile, I'd forgotten that little Siggy existed. And I think that was the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
Because even her father doesn't care. So, that poor little kid. Because I know what happens to her. So, guys, be prepared. Just a warning shot. Spoiler alert! But yeah, Sigurd is watching Harbard and his mom pretty much get busy.
Yes. I was like, didn't waste any time, did she? And funny enough, she's not the only one, because Harbard's kind of putting it about.
Yeah, it's like all the women in the village have just all of a sudden like flocked around him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's some sort of rock star, you know?
Yes, I think even one of them says to him, "You're clearly a holy man. We're drawn towards you." So,
yeah,
really,
okay. He is supposed to be Odin, so. But yeah, he prophesizes with a couple of the ladies in the group, and even goes to have sex with one of them. Which again, Sigurd follows him and watches. I'm like, you're a creepy little shit.
Yeah, Sigurd's a bit of a peeping Tom.
A little bit. I'm like, buddy, you good?
Go play.
Go play. Go actually play. Go beat something up with a stick. Okay? Go hunting. Go shoot a rabbit. Something. I don't remember that scene for some reason, but
You mean the one in Wessex with Egbert?
Yeah, I don't remember that scene.
It was more kind of like from the last episode. It was more like one of those throwaway scenes where he's trying. His plan is kind of coming into fruition, and he's going to have a meeting with this W person, and it turns out to be Prince Winston of Mercia, and basically he wants to be in line for the throne. He wants Quinfrith gone because she's insane.
Yeah, she's crazy. Batshit.
He says the whole family line was just nuts, basically, and he wants them all gone.
And tells King Egbert that he will hand over Mercia.
He even shows the crown.
Who is it? Prince Wigston?
Wigston.
Something like that. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, so here was his plan all along. Shady. Yeah. Oh, he's so shady.
Not surprised that Egbert didn't want anything to do with Quinfrith, but it is kind of interesting to know that there's another royal in the line for Mercia when she said that she was the only one. Yeah.
And there you have a prince. It's like, not so much. And that pretty much is another quasi throwaway scene. They honestly could have done without it and pushed it to the next episode where they could elaborate on it a little more. I guess it's planting the seeds and stuff, but still.
Yeah, I probably would have put it at the start of this episode just to kind of get it out of the way and just do kind of like a break between the bits with the Vikings sailing. But I can kind of see why they put it where they did.
Yeah, I can understand it. But I think you're right, though. It would have been better at the beginning, to be honest. So, that's fine. I'm not an editor. I don't know anything about this stuff. That's 20-something tech support. I leave that up to them. I'm out. But back in Paris, the Vikings go back to their camp. The Franks have ambushed it.
Oh, yes.
And it's bad. It's really bad. And of course, Floki, the first person he goes looking for is Helga. And poor Helga.
Yeah, she's in bad shape.
Yeah. But the good news is, Ragnar's sons are fine. Uba and Fitzhook. And the Asian chick, Mulan. That's not her name, I know, but
you do.
You do. Thank you.
You do. Yeah.
Yeah. They're unharmed. Of course, the first thing Ragnar finds her is like, not hi, how you doing? What happened? No, it's I need medicine now.
It's like, do you though?
Do you?
It's like, that's the last thing you need at the moment, Ragnar. You need to be clear-headed about what's just happened.
Oh no, Holmes he's in a bad way. I mean, he's starting to look like and they did this on purpose, I'm sure. I mean, I don't know much about, drug addiction, but, he's looking like he's starting to suffer withdrawals.
Yes. Yeah.
And bad ones.
Yeah, he pretty much tears around the tent trying to find this medicine. And she says to him that, it's all gone. And he doesn't believe her. He's ripping apart and throwing stuff, and eventually she just hands him a handful of it.
Mm-hmm. Just to kind of shut him up, I think, and just, even though she lies, like you said, but, this is going to get bad.
Yes, and it does.
Why are you laughing?
My brain skips ahead to the very end scene where he's sitting talking to a severed head.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, once again, tripping balls.
It's like, what are you doing, Ragnar?
Talking to a severed head. Nothing to see here.
Bjorn's having none of it. He confronts his father and demands a plan of attack, and Ragnar's just he couldn't care less at the moment.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, we're attacking. Okay, whatever. It's fine. And he's just mumbling to this severed head. I'm like, yeah, he's batshit.
Mm-hmm. He's Ragnar can't come to the phone at the moment.
Yeah, he's stoned out of his mind, man. Tripping balls again. I just like saying that, so I apologize, guys.
There was one more kind of weird scene that also felt tacked on. It was that vision that Floki had about Harbard.
Yeah, that was weird, because it goes from him, sitting, taking care of Helga, which, now the shoe's on the other foot because she's long suffered over him. It's time for him to suffer over her a little bit. He just walks off to get a little peace and quiet, kind of let her rest and recover. And he walks off and sits down, and all of a sudden starts having this weird vision of Aslog. And I'm like, what in the frack is happening? I'm like, please tell me Floki's having a vision. Please tell me Floki's having a vision, because this is really weird.
Like, did Floki get into the medicine? What the hell?
I thought he did at one point, or was on something. I'm just like, is he tripping? Nope, he was just having a vision.
Those mushrooms again?
Yeah, you got a hold of the mushrooms. Whee! Happy Floki is happy. I was like, wow.
But yeah, it turns out it's just a vision. First he sees Aslog come to him and they kiss and carry on, and then it morphs into Harbard with Aslog. So
he sees Harbard back in Kettiket with Aslog. Yeah, and it was just like, whoa, so what's he going to do with that information? What's he going to do with that? Because Floki believes in the gods still. He knows it's a sign. But what's he going to do with that information? We don't know. We have to wait until next week, guys. That was a good segue. Because we're coming up on the top of the hour, and it's about time for us to say good afternoon, guys. Unless there's something else you wanted to add about this episode, babe.
I don't think so. That's pretty much where it ends, but it did kind of make me smile just to see Ragnar just talking to a severed head for no apparent reason. It's like, where did you even get that?
It's like, where did that come from? I mean, I know you guys are in cutting heads off and stuff because, they did that when they invaded Mercia. But
I mean, it's clearly somebody from the camp, but it's like, why?
Why? And Travis Fimmel is just crazy enough as an actor to pull this off. It's just like, he's friggin' nuts.
Still think one of my favorite scenes was from the other episode where he takes it for the first time and he's sort of sitting up in the rafters pretending like he's rowing a canoe.
Oh, that was hilarious. Oh my god, that was so hilarious. And then hanging from the rafters and all this other stuff. I'm just like, oh yeah, he's so messed up right now.
That's some strong stuff, whatever that is. Yeah.
Whatever she's giving him, it's like, yeah, oh god. But yeah, so that's where we get to leave it, guys.
Clearly addicted.
That's where we leave it. Next week, we're going to start going through withdrawal symptoms. We'll see. Next week on Ragnar's Recovery. This is why the head scene? I guess the writer watched Babylon 5. I would have to take your word for it. I've not seen Babylon 5. I know. Hashtag cancel Sammy.
That's
Sorry.
all right. You can cancel Purple as well because I haven't watched Babylon 5.
Okay. Cancel the Valkyries. All right, you guys. It is 1:00. I want to thank everybody for popping in this afternoon. I almost said this morning.
Thank you, guys.
Show.
We've got anything else going on this evening?
Let's see. This evening, I personally don't have anything. I don't even think the boss man has anything going on.
You sure there isn't a membership?
Oh my God, you're right. Thank you for reminding me. Otherwise, I would have forgotten. There is a membership stream at 7 p.m. tonight with Loki. That's happening. Guys, I swear to God, if I didn't have purple, I don't know what I would do because my head would not be screwed on straight. I wouldn't know if my ass was coming or going. I'm a hot mess, guys. I'm a hot mess. So, and then Tuesday, of course, Loki's Mornings of Mischief will be back. And he is doing also a Tuesday night stream. I believe they're talking DC Comics.
Yep.
Wednesday, suspects.
You guys are doing The Expanse.
Wednesday, we got The Expanse dropping again. I'm so excited!
A little bit.
So excited. And then Thursday is, once again, Loki's Mornings of Mischief, and he has an evening stream. I don't know if he's going to be with Adega or not because that is Christmas Eve, you guys. And Friday, I will not be available to stream. I will have a house full of people. I know, not that kind of house full of people. It's not like, Christmas is past where I have like at least 20 people in my house. No, that's not going to happen. Maybe 6. So I will not be available to stream. I don't know if Purple is going to run a stream.
I might do. I mean, I'll be free, so we'll see.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, but I will return on Monday.
Cool.
Unless you're going to do something on Sunday, and then I'll be there to moderate. But that's it, guys. We're done for the day. We will see you tonight if you're going to be part of the member stream. And see you tomorrow in the chat.
Yeah.
So until then, guys, thank you so much. And if we don't, we will see you guys before Christmas.
Oh,
it's
yes.
going to happen.
We will. So. Yeah, absolutely. It's only the 21st.
It's only, yeah. So blessed Yule, you guys. Today's the shortest day of the year. They only get longer from here. Woo!
Yes.
Sunshine!
I didn't see daylight today. It was dark when I left and it was dark when I came home.
I hate days like that. I really do. Oh my God. All right, guys. We will see you later on tonight and then tomorrow morning in the chat. So take care and happy Yule, everybody. Mwah.
Happy Yule, guys. Mwah.
Bye, everybody.